Assalamu alaikum. Today we are with another program. Um, the statement is input 10 numbers and output how many numbers were even and how many numbers were odd. This is Muhammad Mushtaq, and in this program, the code will decide which number is even. But before that, before starting the code, let me explain using an example. What is an even number? Even number is the one which, if divided by 2, here we are dividing it 3 times, becomes 6 here, and the remainder is 0. This is remainder. Whenever the remainder is 0, by dividing any number by 2, so the number is even. Okay, so you can test it every time when you divide it by 2. So 2 4s are 8, and again the remainder is 0. That means 8 and 6 are even. So if you divide any odd number by 2, then the remainder will not be 0, 4, and the remainder is 1 here. Okay. So now we will use a logic that will sort out which number is even and which number is odd. But before that, you will use two different counters. This is almost similar to the question that we already did for finding positive and negative numbers. So this time we are finding even and odd. So in the same way, you will need two different variables, one for counting even and one for counting odd numbers. Okay, starting with the loop, since we are asked to input 10 different numbers. And again, we are taking input from the user. Now this time you will see a different thing, num and a percentage symbol to double equal 0. Okay, this percentage symbol in Python basically is used for the as a mod function. Mod function means divide the number by 2, and if the answer is equals 0, that means if the remainder is equal to 0, then count 1 in even. Else means that means the first condition is not true. Then simply count that number in odd. For example, user enters 5, it will add 1 in even, and it will add 1 in odd here. And if the user enters 8, it will add 1 in even. So the user will input 10 different numbers, and the program will keep on adding it in even or in odd, depending upon which condition is true. Let's run this code, and then let's see the final result here. Okay, now let's enter a few mix of number. I'm just not looking at the numbers, so I'm just randomly entering the numbers. So let's see. So it says there are 6 even numbers and 4 odd numbers. Let's analyze from the list. 1 will be counted in even. Okay, 1 will be added here, that we have used an even counter. And this one is odd number, so this 1 will be added in odd. Now again it is even number, so 1 more will be added in even. So again an odd number, 1 more will be added in odd. And in the same way, you can see this 1 will also be added, 1 will also be added even, and the total even will become 6 at the end. Okay, every time the number is even, it will add 1, because in counting we always increment 1 to get the next number, because it will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more, it becomes 6. Okay, and the odd from the list, we have analyzed that 1, yes, this was also an odd number. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, So every time one will be added to odd whenever the number is odd. And we have seen that at the end, the program correctly displays how many values were even and how many values were odd. I hope you understand. And even if you want to change the number of inputs, yes, you can simply make few changes in the loop. Okay. Here, if you want to add only 5 numbers, just make it 5. Yeah. And now it will take only 5 numbers. Let me make the correction in the statement as well. Okay. So run the code. Now it will input only 5 numbers. This is how the loop works. Uh, I'm entering a few positive values and few negative, the few even and few odd values, and you can clearly see now this time it only inputs 5 numbers since I have changed the loop. And then you can analyze by yourself that 1, 2 are even and the other 3 are odd. So it is correctly giving the result. Okay, thank you.